What's up? It has been quite some time outside of my bandless video since I've actually sat down and talked to you guys. So, who am I? Does anybody still remember me? My name is Gage Ryan, Gage Scapegoat. You know, the anti-hero of the format. Yeah, it's been a little while, so I figured I'd give you guys a channel update as to where I've been, what I'm going to be doing, and the remaining time on my channel. So here's what's been going down. So if you guys don't know, I think most of you probably do by now because I've talked about it on my streams before and stuff like that. I have been in college. I've been doing I've been a videography major for the last year or so, and it has been fantastic. I wake up and I do what I love every single day, which is create. So I think that's awesome. So the thing about it though is that, you know, I'm still not totally sure what I want to do with my life, but the thing is that I'm going to be going out on shoots pretty regularly. I might be a camera guy, I might be an audio guy, I'm not totally sure yet. But I know that one of the big things that you kind of just, you do as much work as you can, you get as much experience as you can, and you kind of just move your way up the ranks. This is kind of how it goes. And you know, whether I decide to do freelance work, or whether I decide to, you know, actually get a regular 9 to 5, I'm not totally sure yet. But that doesn't leave a whole lot of time for videos. And what I could do is what other channels have done, and that's kind of just really lower my quality and still make content. And that's fine. I totally understand the channels that do that. My thing is that I never wanted to, I had a drop in quality probably about 1.5 years ago, give or take. And that's because I was in a pretty rough place in my life. I felt like my life was over. I was having some issues with depression, and it just was not a good time. That's why you saw me go a month without making content, or 2 weeks without making content, and you didn't see my face a lot, you know. So it was a rough time. I've never been happier in my life right now. Like I said, I get to wake up every morning and do what I love. To loosely timeline it, I had some depression issues, and you know, I got put on medication, and it was a rough time. Then I switched my major because I was up all night constantly doing work that would take other students 2 hours to do, and I just didn't understand it. I was never gonna get it, and yeah, it was a pretty shitty time. But like I said, I changed my major. I have a bunch of friends that I hang out with every single day doing work that I love to do, so I've never been happier in my life. But that also kind of leads me to what I'm about to talk to you guys about, which is the update on the channel. So here's what I want to do, and I've had this idea for quite some time, but I decided to not, and decided to keep making content. But now I think that with my internship coming up in about 1 year or so, actually it's actually a little bit less than 1 year now, probably 9 months or so, with my internship, with the work that I want to start doing. I also want to start, you know, doing my own freelance work in the meantime, and with my class going out on shoots as much as we're going to be doing, I'm not sure that making YouTube videos consistently is really viable anymore. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to make a couple more videos that I really want to get out. I'm going to make one more episode of Blackboard, which is going to go as far in detail as I possibly can. I'm going to try and teach you guys everything that I've learned over the last number of years. Because here's the thing, when I started doing YouTubing, granted I wasn't a very good player when I started making videos. I'd like to think that I've grown as a player tremendously since then. That said, I think that the YouTubing community, I think that there's a lot of content creators, both that make meta decks and make anti-meta decks, that really have no fucking clue what they're doing. But I'm going to primarily focus on anti-meta channels. You know, there were channels that focused on anti-meta before me, you know, like Shark Eat Yellow. Shark Eat Yellow was great, you know, and that's just to name one. But what I wanted to focus on, well, he was more of a drama player, but you know what I'm saying. I want to get that, I want to make it so that that's a video that can maybe help. Like, that's why I made the Blackboard series, for that when I'm gone, for when my channel's done, those videos can be something people can look back on and learn from, and can, you know, help the player base maybe as a whole, maybe grow. You know, you guys can look at those videos and go, okay, so I was doing this incorrectly, maybe I can try this instead. And, you know, I've gotten countless messages over the years of, you know, hey, you know, I tried this, or you inspired me to do this, and it's great, and it works, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, so that I want to make one more episode of Blackboard. It's going to be a real in-depth episode of Blackboard. I also want to make one more, it's not a top 10, but we'll say another top 10 list. It's going to be anti-meta decks for Link format. And I'm going to have a bunch of decks on there. I have a Google Doc with probably about 20 decks so far that I think will, it's not for this specific format, but it's just now that we're in a new era in the game, you know. So I want to make a video where I give you guys a whole bunch of options, and I kind of want to, in that video, kind of dissect the pros and cons of Link decks. So I think that's going to be really cool. I also am going to, here's my plan. So for the next couple of months, I'm going to be making content on and off, and then on January 1st, 2018, which is my channel's 5-year anniversary, have that be my final video. Because I feel like I've said the majority of what I wanted to say. I've said and done the majority of the stuff that I wanted to do. When I first made my channel, I wanted to be seen as a, it's kind of petty to say, no, not petty, but it's just such a stupid thing to say in my opinion, but I wanted to be seen as a higher up channel, you know what I mean? I'm friends with Slim, and, you know, like I've talked to Kiko, and like a bunch of the channels that I idolized, I've become friends with, you know, Xoti the Tormentor, God, I only want to say his name, but Storm, it's different stuff with him, but, you know, these channels that I looked up to, and still do, I've you know, grown healthy friendships with. I was friends with Ryan before I even started making videos. Yeah, and Slim and I are real tight. Him and I talk all the time. He's one of my best friends. You know, like I did that. I also wanted to have at least 1,000 subscribers. I just felt like that was a real cool milestone to hit, and I did it. I also wanted to make a difference in this community. I also wanted to show you guys that you don't need a $6,000 PojoNet deck to be competitive. You know, and it's not an original aspect, but I like to feel that I've contributed a good bit to that. You know, because like I said, I've gotten countless messages. I remember, you know, one of the more popular decks I think that a lot of people liked was my Rabbit deck with Hydrogeddon and Drakwaiba, and just making it a battle phase control deck with a bunch of anti-meta floodgates and shit. And yeah, that a lot of people enjoyed that. A lot of people enjoy my Gravekeeper lists. A lot of people liked my Wicked Witch stun deck. Apparently there were people, according to Slim and according to, and according to, now I'm losing the, Kyle, according to the Kyle Spoofy from the Card Guys, he actually signed one of my Ab-Zeros. Thank you, Kyle. But according to him and according to Slim, there were people at Super Games that were playing my Wicked Witch deck after Nats in 2016, which I got a kick out of. Because like someone took a picture of some dude. He had a Wicked Witch in play, a Stellar Knight Constellar, the Diamond. There it is. He had Wicked Witch Diamond, and then Vanity's Emptiness, and then like 3 other back. So that was another kind of a high moment for me, because I was like, wow, people took the time to look at that list. You know, it was really cool. But yeah, like those are the main 3 things, and I like to feel that I've done them. You know, and I've also kind of said everything that I've needed to say. So like I said, there's a couple more things I wanna get out, and then January 1st, 2018 will be my final video. That said, though, I'm not closing my channel. I'm not gonna be deleting my videos or terminating. At least I don't plan to. I should preface that by saying that I don't plan to. Because I'm a guy that I think you can learn a lot from old videos and old profiles. You know, like that's why I really enjoyed Greyfails Montana's channel, because like even you can go back to, well, when he had videos up, you could go back to his old like hero profiles, and just when you listen to him speak, you could just get an understanding that he was a very, very, not just an interesting player, but a very, very knowledgeable player about the game. Like he knew it's tough to explain. But yeah, so I don't plan on getting rid of my channel. I'm not going to sell it or any shit like that. I'm just not that guy. Other people have done that before, and they keep kind of the channel going with different content. You know, that's cool. That's just not me. But yeah, so yeah, to kind of round it up, I'm gonna have some more content outside of that, but those are the main things. I want to have one more, you know, I guess one more anti-meta deck video where I go through a bunch of decks. That's gonna be a long video for me to edit. I think the quality is gonna increase though, because now I have the Adobe Premiere Suite, so I'm gonna be using After Effects instead of Camtasia. Camtasia is good of a program as it is, and I've always thought it was a good program. It's a very basic program. You know, I mean, like people use, excuse me, people use like Windows Movie Maker, and Windows Movie Maker is like kindergarten level. So if we're gonna like, I don't know if we're gonna compare it to anything, like Movie Maker is something that just about anybody in the world can use. Camtasia is probably like a middle school program, and then I'd say the Adobe Suite's pretty top of the line. So that's what I plan. That's my thoughts right now. I'm gonna make one more Blackboard episode, maybe more than one. I'm not sure, but I want to get at least one more Blackboard episode and one more anti-metalist video, and some other random stuff that I'll probably come up with along the way, and then my last video is going to be January 1st, 2018. So that's going to be my my update, you guys. So hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, and why I'm kind of going to be wrapping my channel up here soon. Thank you guys. I'll go more in depth on some other stuff that I kind of feel like saying now, but this video is already long enough as it is. So thank you guys so much for all the support and for sticking with me. And I hope you guys enjoy the remaining content that I'll be bringing to you, because I'm gonna put my heart into it. I'm gonna put everything that I have into it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you later. Peace.